Hello, everybody. Jason, I'm New Age Revolution Cave for this delightful Monday evening. We're going to do a little bit of the Power Hour today, folks, and also announce that I'm retiring. It's Halloween tomorrow. No, it isn't. It's October tomorrow. It's the month of scary movies. And I have decided, and I have to be realistic about this, I'm going to watch as many horror movies as I can in 30 days, which probably will average out to be 10. I'm going to go for 10. I was going to go crazy and say 30 and 30. Never going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm going to shoot for 10. 10 horror movies this month, maybe starting tonight. So I'll figure I'll start a day early to give myself a nice head start. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to watch one of my own in the alphabetical order that I've been watching my movies. So I'm up to Alien Part 2. I think it's called something else. I just watched Alien or Aliens. The first one was Sigourney Weaver way back in the day. Whatever the second one is, I've got to watch that. So I'm going to watch that. But then I'm going to switch back and forth between stuff I have seen and then stuff I haven't seen. So all the stuff that I own, I've seen. I'm just going to rewatch some of it. And then I'm going to go on Shudder and I'm just going to find a random movie and watch that. And we're going to talk about it the night after I watch it. So I'm going to do Alien Part 2, which isn't called Alien Part 2, but I'm going to do that tonight probably. I still have some belly complications. I still have some whatever parasite my son gave me, whatever, speaking of aliens, whatever is growing inside of me is cramping me. So I either have some kind of parasite or I'm menstruating or I'm pregnant. And so I'm not sure. I'll keep you updated. So that's one thing I'm going to announce is the 30 and 30 or 31 and 31 nights of horror, which will be significantly less. So if you have some movie suggestions, if you want me to watch a specific movie, a favorite of yours maybe, put it down in the comment section below. All right, so that's the first thing. Second, this is a bit of the Power Hour. We're only going to go with one question. I'm gonna answer a nice, easy softball question. We do already have some solid questions on inflation and how am I dealing with that, which caused a big problem last time I brought that up. But I'll talk about it in a little bit of a different way, how we're all coping with increased prices on things. And then another was about faith, my faith. Where I'm at with faith. So that'll be a delightful question to answer. How are things on the home front? You know, that whole thing. We'll talk about that. I will answer all of the questions on the Power Hour. The Power Hour, if you are unaware or if you're new to the channel, is your opportunity to pick my brain and find out all kinds of stuff that you want to know about me. You get to ask any question you want, from a collecting question to a 80s question to a solid life question. For those who are new, I've been in the mental health field for 25 years. I have my own mental health practice here in town, so I have a little insight into the world of mental health. So if you need to ask a mental health question, feel free. So that's the Power Hour, and the questions, you send your questions to me via email. That's right, via email. And the email that you can send them to is my name, Jason Knupp. It's KNUPP, if you're wondering. Jason Knupp 76 at gmail.com. That's right, Jason Knupp 76 at gmail.com. If you have a question for the Power Hour. So the I have a stomach ache and I don't want to get into too much question is from my friend Eli. Eli says, "Hey, Jason, glad you're back." I am too, Eli. He says, "I've been into collecting the Hasbros recently, the WWF Hasbro wrestling figures. I know you had them for a while and don't have them now. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Hasbro line as well as your personal history with them. Why or how did you start collecting them? How many did you have? Why did you stop collecting them? It's possible you have covered this already, but I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on the Hasbro WWF Figs. Thank you, Eli. Wonderful question. I have a love-hate relationship with Hasbro's through no fault of Hasbro, honestly. Hasbro, in my eyes, had no chance with me because I was an LJN kid, and LJNs suddenly ended 4 years into my collecting them, my love of them. They went from 85 to 89. And LJN wrestlers were my entire childhood, as I have mentioned many times. It's really the only toy I played with. I had some of a lot of different stuff, but it never stuck. I had some G.I. Joes. I had some Turtle figures. I had some Matchbox cars. I had some board games. Whatever else was out there, I probably had some of, but never cared. No toy had any chance if it wasn't an LJN wrestling figure. So when they ended and everything came crashing down, I was figureless for a year. And then 1990, the Hasbros are released. And I remember, I don't remember if I saw them in print first, or if I just wandered into a toy store and saw them. I don't think so. I think I saw them in ads first. I'm sure I did. But I can't remember how things were announced back then. You know, how did you find out about new toys back then? Catalogs, right? Maybe a commercial, but I don't think Hasbro Series 1 had a commercial with Akeem and Andre. I don't think they did. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. But I don't remember how I saw Hasbro's, but I knew they existed and I was looking for them. And whatever store we were in, I think it was Hills. I got there, and I really think that it was Jake, DiBiase, and Demolition. I really think it was those four that Hills had. And yeah, I guess I was excited about them. Maybe. I know that they were cheaper than LJNs. They were $4.99, and from what I remember. And that night I got Jake and DiBiase simply because of the accessories. Jake had his snake, DiBiase had the $1 million belt, and I had Jake versus DiBiase 150 times until I got some more. From those two, it's blurry. I don't remember where I got any more. I know I got Hogan from a Kitty City, I'm pretty sure. But where I got Andre, Akeem, Demolition, Warrior, Rick Rude, Beefcake, no idea. No idea. But I eventually did have all of Series 1. I want to say that Andre was harder to find, maybe. But I did have all of Series 1, and I did have the Hasbro ring, and I did play with them. I absolutely played with the Hasbros and had a decent time with them. Now, they're sitting right alongside my LJNs at the time, so I was going back and forth between Hasbros and LJNs. But I was playing with the Hasbros. I did not get into major storylines with the Hasbros. I probably didn't even do like title changes. I mean, there was no other tag team for Demolition to face, right? So I think for some reason I remember having Jake versus the Ultimate Warrior and thinking that was like the best match I ever had with Hasbros. And I never connected with them at all because they replaced my favorite toy line and nothing had a chance. Nothing. The next figures that I cared about were Bone Crunchers. I really loved the bone crunching figures from Jakks, and still kind of do to this day, but I have no more collecting room for them at all. So the Hasbros after Series 1, I did not own another Hasbro. Now this is 90, 91, 92, 93. I'm getting a little bit older. So I'm not owning anything past Series 1. I remember how hot Dusty Rhodes was. I remember how hard of a figure that was. A $300 loose figure at one point, the Dusty Rhodes Hasbro, and now it's like $50. Now, after high school, 94, I started collecting again. So 95, 96, Bone Crunchers came out, I think 96, 97. But I was back into Hasbro's around 95. And I remember buying the green cards on clearance at KB. And they were like $1.99 for green card Yokozuna and the Bart gun, the guns there, whatever, smoking guns. Atom Bomb and 1-2-3 Kid. I remember those being just stacked at KB on clearance. At one point at one point I had most, if not all. I don't think I had a complete Hasbro collection, even at the peak of collecting. I'm pretty sure I've never owned an Atom Bomb. I'm pretty sure I've never owned a 1-2-3 Kid. Pretty sure. I know I had green card Yokozuna, and I'm pretty sure I had one of the smoking guns at one point. But I never had a full run of Hasbros. I had them probably, I don't know, 5-6 years ago was the last time I had a Hasbro, and I sold them. I sold them all to a local guy, a friend of mine, like a trading friend, whatever. And I think I sold all of them for $1,000. And this was 6-7 years ago. I think he was a collector / reseller, so I'm sure he sold some and collected the ones he didn't have, which is fine. And that's it. That's the last of them. I never had the Yellow King of the Ring. I never got any of the Malloways. And those prices blow my mind because those Malloways, the Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, the Hulk Hogan's different, but the Bret Hart and the Undertaker are so, not special for them to be ridiculously priced figures, the Malloways. They come in a bag. The Bret Hart, I don't know. I don't know enough about them, but I think the Undertaker and the Bret Hart are very similar to the common Bret Hart and Undertaker. I know Hogan's completely different, but whatever. When Mattel started putting out the Hasbro Legends style figures, whatever they're called, I had not a drop of excitement. And they're cool. They got Mean Gene, and they got Wendy Richter and Piper without a shirt on, and Cowboy Bob Orton. That's great. Those are awesome. No interest. I have no interest in WWE anything. Whatever they put out, Hasbro style, even if they did LJN style, I have no interest in anything that modern current stuff, except XOX, of course. Now, coincidentally, maybe, as you ask, I did have a little brief thought. Should I recollect Hasbros? And I just don't have it. I don't have a passion for Hasbros at all. If I were to do it, maybe I would collect Series 1 and get the best quality Series 1 I could. Maybe. I don't think those figures are too expensive. So I could see myself, if I get really bored and I don't have anything to collect, I might get Series 1 Hasbro and the Ring, maybe, because that's the only ones I had. Because honestly, I was getting older and I really just don't like that era of WWF. I might like it as I revisit it coming up with Wrestling with the Past, but I don't like the IRS era. I don't like the, who else did they make? The Matador and, Jimmy Snuka's return and who was Skinner. and guys like that, Earthquake and Typhoon. I was getting out of it. I was moving over to NWA or WCW at that time. So I didn't care about the characters. And the LJNs, every single one is my favorite, like, 'cause that's my childhood. So that's my thoughts on Hasbro's. What else did you say? How many did I have? I think I said Series 1 was all I had. Yeah. So I got older and just never went any further past Series 1. I didn't have any of Series 2 or anything. And I think around that time I got the Galoobs too, because I think Galoob and Hasbro were right around the same time. So I remember scooping up all the Galoobs, and then they stopped and didn't do a Series 2 in the US. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Hasbro's. I still like the little ads. I think they're beautiful figures. But I just couldn't make the transition from 8-inch rubber to 4-inch plastic. I just couldn't. There was no chance. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Terribly sorry. All right, Eli, there is your question. I have a bellyache, so I'm going to stop now and take a shower, get the kids to bed, and then I'm going to get on the couch and watch Alien Part 2. That's what it's officially called, Alien Part 2. That is all. We'll see you all next time. Good night now.